All right, howdy y'all. Welcome in. It's House Edge Live. It's John from Casino Gaming Central. I'm back. Took a week off there because I had what we're gonna call a pretty shitty week last week, and some of you know what I'm talking about. I'll spare you the details, but we had a pretty major septic issue here at the house. We had a big backup from our main line to the city, and it was an 80-foot plus backup that happened, and it all culminated in my bathtub, which was not fun. So anyway, we spent a few days out of the house while we got things cleaned up, and then we had to clean up, and then we had to do a lot of things. So I took a week off just to kind of deal with it. But I'm back. It's all good now. Everything's back where it's supposed to be. Everything's working right, so we're good. It did give me a chance, by the way, to get some reflection done on how the show is going to work and what we're going to do and that kind of thing. So I think I've got a pretty good sense from folks, pretty good, I'll say, of what you liked from the last few weeks. We do like the segments, right? The fact or fiction, the dig it or dog it, the streak hunter, and all that kind of stuff. We liked all that. I do believe that I can be wordy, which was said. So maybe what we'll do, and I'm going to try it this week, is we're going to try and get this week. I'm going to try and do every day, all 4 segments each day. We're going to do you'll see it in a minute. We'll do a little bit of dig it or dog it, some fact or fiction, some streak hunting, and some ABCs all in one show, about 5 minutes apiece. We'll try and do some shorter segments and just kind of work our way through it and find a new rhythm for this show. What I'm not going to do on this show anymore, by the way, is going to be a lot of live rollouts, that kind of thing. We're going to do that on a different show. My felt is finally approved. It's ordered. It'll be here in a couple of weeks. So we'll get to the real tables and we'll start doing real craps, roulette, blackjack with cards and dice and everything else. I'll go back to doing like a daily morning, like a coffee run, like a paycheck kind of a show where I actually play and talk through my play. This is more classroom. That'll be more lab. Let's look at it that way. If you look at like this channel, Casino Gaming Central was designed. I kind of made it that name with a military kind of bent to it, but really I want it to be like a training center, right? Like you've got like the command center, the lecture in here, and the lab out there. That was what it was designed for. So we're gonna get to that. All right, let's get into it here. Reminders, of course. The casino doesn't like you very much. I mean, they love your money, but they don't like you. They don't care if you're having a rough time. They don't care if you're having a bad day. They just want to take your damn money. And that's unfortunate, but that's the truth of the situation. So we have to live in the world where we're aware of that and where we use every tool in our tool belt to not combat it so much, but to just kind of survive it, right? And I made mention of this last week in one of my shows. I'm guilty of this, right? We say, go to the casino with money you can afford to lose. Okay, that's already admitting defeat. Go to the casino and know that you're spending entertainment money. That's admitting defeat, right? If you go there thinking, oh, it's just money I'm willing to lose. I'm here for entertainment. You gave yourself permission to get your ass kicked, right? And what I want us to do is focus more on the mental side of things, right? And really kind of leaning in, if we can better. I don't know why our things are off center here. Leaning into the mental side of stuff, right? What makes you not give in, not give up, fight the fight, go there to win, right? Go there to make money and live in the world of profit instead of the world of guaranteed loss, right? We do live in a world of guaranteed loss, but let's not go in there and embrace that, shall we? Okay, so that's what our show is kind of about. And I like to talk through the bridge a little bit, understanding your bankroll, having a good relationship with your risk, right? Knowing when it's time to bug out, having discipline to get the job done, and setting a goal. Those things are also important, right? And your emotions keep it all together. If you don't have all these things, you can't survive. That's just the fact of the matter. So today, we're going to talk through our first set of 4 sort of segments about this, and I want to frame this with this. So I was talking to Ken yesterday, and I know Ken from Ken Knows Gambling started a new series here today. He's going for 120. He's trying to get 120 grand, showing you how to win $10,000 a month. Okay, and he made a point on his first show, which is a point that I have made a lot. A point that Waylon, welcome Waylon, has made a lot. Okay, I don't know that people really understand this point It's such a clear point. I'm going to try and demonstrate it for you today. Money doesn't matter. Okay. You always, everybody does talk about how much money they won all the time, but you don't talk about how many units you won. Ken made the point yesterday. It does not matter if you're winning blacks or if you're winning reds. Okay. If you win 5 of these, you win 5 of them. Congratulations. If you win 5 of these, it's just as hard to win 5 of these as it is to win 5 blacks if you're betting at the red chip level. Okay. Whatever level you're betting on, you got to have a unit goal, not a dollar goal. And I think that everybody's afraid to say it. I don't want to drive to the casino to win $10 or $20 or $50. Well, guess what? If all you've got is 300, you better damn well be happy to go to the casino and win $50 because that's what you're worth. That's what your money can produce, right? Money doesn't matter, units matter, and discipline is the thing that makes it work. The retirement plan is not great because Ken and Waylon are geniuses. The retirement plan is great because of how they play it. I said this the last time we talked about this strategy. It's great because of how they play it. They get up, they get out. They don't fight forever. They aren't being greedy with it. And that's the difference between being a winner or succumbing to the I'm here to have fun and throwing your freaking money away. Okay. So everybody, I think, should do what Ken's doing. I will do it as soon as I get my table back together again. Go live. If you can go live, right? If you have the capability of it. But everybody should do, let me try and win 10 grand a month show. Or let me try and win 1,000 a month for those of you and us and me that are down there buying in at $300. If you're buying in for $300, your goal should be about 1,000 a month, not 10,000 a month. And I think that's what the point Ken was trying to make. And I love the fact that he made that point. So with that said, because he was on my mind, I wanted to do the retirement plan today. And we've never really talked as a group about the retirement plan, but we're going to today. And what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to try and frame the 4 segments today, the dig it or dog it. We're going to talk about the retirement plan. I'm going to show it. I'm not going to roll it out. It's going to show you kind of how it works and what the thought process was behind it. Part of that, though, is going to give me things to talk about. I want to talk fact or fiction today about playing with rhythm or playing on repeat. And I think for those of you out there, there'll be some of you that'll have one, this is the way. It's always play with rhythm. Some will say always play on repeat. I will give you my opinion on that, and I will call it fact. But there's 2 ways to approach that. In Streak Hunter, I want to talk a little bit about ratcheting. I've talked about ratcheting before. I've talked with it, used the word leverage before. Let's look at the retirement plan and what ratcheting could maybe do for it. We'll just take a gander and see if ratcheting is a thing that's worth talking about or not worth talking about. And finally, our Craps 101, I want to talk about one of the major parts of the retirement plan that I think people spend too much time on, but also not enough time on. And I think Ken has kind of glossed it over when he's talked about it. I want to dive into it. We'll talk about how to plug that hole, how to plug the don't rather. So, yeah. So with that said, let's rock it. We're gonna jump right into the whole thing here, and let's do it. It's time for dig it or dog it, and what we're gonna pursue today is, again, we're gonna look at the retirement plan. And in the retirement plan, it's a pretty simple one. Okay, if you think on paper, it's simple. We have a little don't come. We have an across bet, maybe a field bet. You take a hit and you stop playing. That's the whole freaking thing. And the stop playing part is the part that gets most people's hair on fire, and they won't do it. It's the reason why, by the way, the retirement plan works for Ken and works for Waylon and will not work for most people. I'm going to show you why. Let's hit my table, and I'm gonna kind of give you 2 looks at it, and we'll see if we can't make head or tails of it. Here we go. Let's go to the table view. I'm gonna get it straight and moved over a little bit. I think everybody can see everything. All right. I'm gonna use the box area for my rack. All right. Now, the core of the retirement plan is this. I'm going to use I'll use dice to set a point. Doesn't really matter, right? The point's going to be a 6. The point really doesn't matter. But what we're going to do is this. I'm going to show it to you at 2 levels. And again, the units, the money doesn't matter, but your bankroll does. Okay. One player here is going to play it at the $300 level, which Ken did the other day. This guy's going to play it at the $30 level, which is where most of us probably belong, not over here. Bubble craps, real table. Bubble craps, real table. Big bankroll, little bankroll. Know where you belong. Know what you're capable of winning with the strategy. I'll show you the big one first because it's easier to do. 3 black chips in the don't. Okay, I'm going to spread them out so you can see the damn things. All right, here they are. 3 black chips in the don't. Okay, we're going to let this travel somewhere. I'll roll the dice. If I get a 7, well, I'm just going to avoid that. But I just want to let the dice decide where it goes. It's going to go to the 6. Well, that's kind of lame. But we do have a don't come on the 6 now, right? And now we have the puck being off, and this bet's kind of active for the come out 7. But the strategy basically is this. Once you're here, okay, we're going to run out. We're going to go $50 on every number except for the point. It's pretty simple. 60 on the 8. Or $50 rather on every number except for the point. So we'll leave our $10 that would have been the 6 cap, put our money in the field, and there's your basic setup. Okay, you're going to win a quarter in the field. You're going to win $70 somewhere else. Okay, that's essentially the strategy. Now we can work the come out because we have our 11 covered, right? We're not going to take any shot. 7 is a winner for us, right? We've got 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 275, 285 out here. With 300 here. So the 7 comes, we're a winner. The 7 doesn't come, we get paid and we're done. It's a 1-roll deal. Now watch, here we go. We're going to come out to an 8. The point's going to be an 8. Check me out. We lose the field. We win $70 on that 8 and we're done. That's the retirement plan. Done. You're done with that. Now the question is, what happens here? Because you're still exposed to that no 6 from before, right? All you got to do is plug the 6. Put some money out here on the 6, whatever that looks like for you. Okay. If I take all these winnings and I go 1, 250, 270 bucks, 50, 60, 270 on the 6. What does 270 pay? Well, 240 pays 280. The extra 30 pays 35, right? So it's 280. It's 280 plus 35. That's 315. Place the 6 for 270. No matter what happens, we're going to win some more money. Here we go. Let's roll it out and see what happens. There's a 9. Doesn't matter which one happened. There's my 7. We lose this. We win 300. And now we're fully out. That's the retirement plan. That's one full cycle of it. And what happened? There was the $300 from the beginning, right? If I take what's in my rack from that, I'm going to make this look like green chips. There's that. There's that. All right, we had enough for 300. We had 10. We had like this out there, and we had another $10 plus the field, right? So in the end, there's our profit. Okay, we took 135 off the table. Okay, and again, it's a simple little play. It's a win over here, right? Actually, I'm lying. There was that plus the field. Yeah, plus the field. Yeah, so 135. Right, that's your win, your net win off of the play. Little tiny bit, 1 hit, and you're done. Okay. Now, the thing about this strategy is that you're supposed to be done, right? If that shooter ends up going and going and going and going and going, you have to watch it. You have to have the discipline to sit here and watch the thing go by and wait for the next one and do it again. Now, that's the base play. Let's do it again for the regular folks. Okay, let me get a new point. A new point's going to be a 10. Beautiful. Remember, we got a 10. Now we'll do it with a $30. We're going to reduce everything. I'm going to show you some math. Take a 0 away from everything, and guess what? Everything magically works. We're going to go with $30 in the don't. It's going to, again, go to the 6. We're going to now go $5 per spot. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, $6 on the 8. If you can do it, a $3 field. We'll save the $6 that would have been for the 6 in our rack. Okay. At the $30 level on bubble craps, you can afford to do this, most people, right? There's 30, 40, 50, 5, 59, 65 bucks. You can do that with $300. Okay. The retirement plan at a small level, doable for most people at a bubble machine, or if you can find one, a real live $5 table, but you won't be able to do this. This is at the Rio. All right, here we go. We get a 5 that pays $7, and we're done. We lose the 3. We get paid our 7, and we're done. Now, we're not quite totally done because we have 30 bucks against the 6, right? You can place the 6 now for 30 bucks. The 6 kind of sucks, right? You place it for 30, it'll win 35, or you'll tie. You can place it for, 25 and win 29, whatever. You can do that. There's no way to really make this play profitable for you at the low level, but that's okay. We'll take our 3 hours in profit back to the rack. We'll let it roll itself out and see what happens. There's an 8. There's a 5. 4. Good run. You're supposed to watch the run. It's very hard to watch this, right? When you're playing craps, like, oh my God, this guy's making all these numbers. I should be out there making money. There's my point. Bets are working because they can. There's a 4. Hard to have discipline to watch all these rolls go by. Here we go. We lose 30. We win 35 up front. And we're done, right? And again, you had 30 on the don't. We had, I'll put the bets back out there again so you can see where we are. Right, that was our play. We had a $3 in the field. That was our initial setup, and we're out 15 bucks. We're out 15 bucks. Okay, again, you have to be able to watch all that. Be okay with watching all that happen, because the play is get your don't set up, get your across set up, take your hit, and don't turn off, but plug it and be done. Let it all happen. And walk away with your 1, 2, 3 units profit. I told you, it is really, really hard to win 3 units in profit. It's very, very hard to win 3 units in profit. Very hard. We did it with the black chips. We won 3 units, 3 units of, that was our base bet was 50 bucks. We won 3 base bet units. It's hard to do that. And you got to be okay with it being okay. Okay, that's the thing. That's the reason why I think the retirement plan is interesting. It's why Ken won with it on his show. It's why Waylon wins with it. And it's why most people won't. Because most people don't have the guts to watch the roll go by after they've collected their money. So you can decide whether you dig it or dog it. Is that the kind of strategy you'd want to play or not? Okay. And it looks really good. I made that look really easy. Ken made it look really easy when he did it. But it's really hard to take that hit and basically turn your bets off and let a 40 roller go by while you're doing it. Okay. So that's Digger Dog. Now I want to jump right into this notion of fact or fiction, because to me, the thing about this strategy that the math person in me has a problem with. Okay. And again, in fact or fiction, what I want to talk about is it better to play with rhythm or better to just keep on playing? And here's what I mean by that. Let's go back down to our table. And in that strategy, here's what happened. Let's do it again. Let's do it again at we'll do the black level, because the black level is so much more fun to play. We'll go back to blacks. Again, let's just grab a point. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just 7, 5. Okay, points 5. Let our DC travel to the 10. That's awesome. And now we'll put our bets out. Okay, we're going to go across. Bang, bang, bang. Maybe we'll win a whole bunch today, right? A little bit of field action, a little bit of bang, bang. Okay, what's out here? 300, 400, 500, 50, 575, 595. 600 bucks is basically what's at risk here, okay? It's a lot of money for a little win. Remember, we're laying stuff here. Now, here's the question. Let me catch a number. We catch a 4, which is fantastic, right? It's the double whammy. We get 1 here and we get 1 here, right? And that comes back. Now, we have a choice. And again, this is the discipline, please. We can let this thing ride out. And the nice thing about this now, you can go over to the 10, place that 10 for 100, 250 bucks. Right, and you can win. Actually, we can place it. I'll place it for 200. Okay, 200 wins you 400, so you win 100, or on the 7, you'll win 100. You win 100 either way, right? We can put this money back on our rack. Let that resolve itself out, okay? Let that bet resolve first, and then we'll make a decision. So there's a 5, there's an 8, 7 out. We lose 2, we win 3. So we actually win $100 and some on this round, right? We're out there for $600. There's your 600, 585. We have 100, 220 bucks in the rack, right? The question is, do you start right away, right? So in other words, that 10 that I rolled, right? When I was over here with the no 10 and we had taken that first hit, right? Why not let that resolve and go right back into it? Right? Instead of waiting all the way through for the next shooter to get started. Okay. Because sometimes what'll happen is you'll hit that 10. Let's say we were here. Let's say we were in this spot. We had the $300 there and the $200 buy bet. Right? We had our money in our rack. What if we were here and this 10 rolled? Instead of 7ing out, what if it was a 6-4-10? Let's play that what if. And we lose the don't and you win up here. And you're in the same spot. You still win the $100, right? You're still the world champion of craps. And now the shooter has hit their point. The puck is off. They come back out with a new point. And by the rules, we wait till the next shooter. Right? Let the guy do his thing and then come back out again. Right? Why not let him get a 5 and restart it right away? I see a lot of strategies where it says, wait till then. Oh, look at that. How beautiful is that a freaking 4? Where they say wait a little bit. We're going to wait until the next shooter. And I never understood why, mathematically speaking, you'd wait till the next shooter. Here we go. Let it just keep on rolling out, right? There's a 5. That's the point. Who cares, right? It's a $70 win. We're off. 100. $200 plays 4. And let it resolve itself and then go right back to it. I wouldn't wait till the next shooter, right? Fact or fiction to me is don't wait till the next shooter. Just continuously rerun, reset the minute you can reset. There's no mathematical advantage to waiting, just reset. You can make that decision yourself though, right? I would not let that big roll go by waiting for it all to happen. I would go right back to the don't and do it right again. Anyway, that's your fact or fiction. A lot of strategies say wait till the next shooter. Another example of that, by the way, I'll use a different strategy. Look at these chips out of here. We'll do one of my favorites, which is the skill 66. And we'll do it at $66. I'll show you the easy way to do this one. And I want to ask you a question because I think it's the same question. Here's $66 inside. Again, most players can afford this level of this strategy, right? Let's grab a point. It's going to be a 10. Let's hopefully get this thing to work. There's a 3. There's a 3. Come on, baby. 4. Jeez, a Lou. 8. We catch an 8. That wins $21. Okay, $21. Now, what you do, as you know, you drop a buck from your rack. Press them all up by 1 unit. Now we're 88 inside. Looking for one more inside hit. We don't get it. Let's ignore the 7. I want to show you what happens if you get it. 7, 8. Okay, we get an 8. That pays $28. Right? And the move is this. Come on down to 44 inside. And keep on playing the rollout. Some people, like me, might say, you know what? You're done. You actually started out with $66, right? There's 25, there's 50, there's 65, there's 66, actually $67, okay? Because you had to add $1. And what you've got in your rack here is this. 25, 45, $49 in profit, $50 in profit. Not bad, right? You could stop playing and say, you know what? We're done with this. Actually, we did it. We won $50. Wait till the next shooter. Take all the money back to your rack. Let the guy roll that 7. Right, there's the 7. Puck is off. New shooter's coming out, and then you jump out there with your and do it again. Repeat the process on every single shooter. Win $50. Win $50. Win $50. If the shooter goes off for 40 rolls, doesn't matter. You have to wait and watch and go do it again. Right? My idea or my question to you is why do that? If I won $50 and I can go back out there, pardon me, at 66 inside again, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I just go right back out and reset it this way and say, even on that point of 10, I got my 2 hits. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Why wait till the next shooter? Fact or fiction? My question to you, and let me know in chat or in the comments. Fact or fiction? Does waiting for the next shooter really matter? Or if this move is a good move, isn't it always a good move? That's the question. Is it always a good move? Should you be trying for 66 to 88 and $50 in profit every other roll? Take 2 hits, lock it up. Take 2 hits, lock it up. Take 2 hits, lock it up. First is take 2 hits, wait 15 minutes, and then take 2 hits. Mathematically, it doesn't matter. Rhythmically, maybe it does to you. So I want to know in the chat comments, how do you feel about the rhythm of it? Right? Do you want to play only with rhythm, following that puck? Or is the move solid enough that you just run it over and over and over on the same shooter? Yeah, dice have no idea what came last or what's coming next. It doesn't matter. And I think it's hard for folks to realize this point. It doesn't matter if you wait for a shooter to 7 out and it's a new shooter to do that move or do the retirement plan. It doesn't matter. It's just the next roll of the dice. So I think we need to be talking more about it. Like I said, I'm not the only reason why I never worked the come out roll with place bets up here is because I don't want to get 2 3-7s in a row, which can happen when this is off. You can get that. When this is on, you can't get that. But if the move is good, the move is good. It should work all the time. Get in and get out. I think it's an important thing. All right. So the next thing I want to talk through then is this. We're going to go forward one more thing here, and I didn't get to there. One more. There we go. The streak hunter. Now, those of you who know me know that I like playing a streak game, right? I like my pass line parlays. Streak playing, by the way, is pressing your bets in the box. Any way to catch multiple wins is kind of hitting a streak. Okay, let's take a look again at the retirement plan, and I want to talk to you a little bit about ratcheting. And frankly, let me go here first. Let's talk about the ratchet. What the ratchet really is. The ratcheting wins is this. Option 1, right? We stay in play. We stay at the level. Just redo the retirement plan at whatever level it was at every single time. Option 2 is take some of the profit and use it as leverage, right? Ratchet up your bets by a little bit. And let me do a run here and to show you what I mean by that. And again, this might fall into dig it or dog it category, but let me know what you think about the idea of ratcheting wins to speed it up. Because if you have a goal that's $500 or $600, right? Or in our case, 6 or 12 units, depending on what that is, you can reduce the need for a full win. If it takes 4 win cycles to get to your goal, by ratcheting, you can get to your goal in 3 win cycles. You can reduce your time at the casino by ratcheting wins. Let's take a look. Let me go back to the table and we'll take a look at it real quick. I'm going to do the black chip level again because it's A, easy, and B, fun. Here we go. Black chip. We'll just run it out. Black chip on the don't. Right? Who cares what the point is? Say the point is 5. We go to the 9. Right? Don't come travels to the 9. Now we're going to put our bets out. We're going to do $50 per spot, just like before. Okay, 60 here, 60 here, and we'll do a quarter in the field. Okay, or whatever you want in the field, $15, whatever you want to do. But let's just do 25. Okay, the next roll of the dice. Let's say the next roll of the dice is a 6. Okay, we lose our field, but we win $70. Okay, then you're going to go plug up the 9. And how much do you plug the 9 for? Completely up to you. But if you do 250, you're going to win $50 on the 7. You're going to win $50 on the 9. So we'll do 1, 2, 50 as a place bet on the 9. That guarantees you $50. Okay. Now here is where I'm going to show you what happens. It doesn't matter what happens, whether you win $300 and lose 250, or whether you lose 300 and win this. You're winning $50 is your net win. These two basically cancel out. You're going to win a net of $50. Now, we started with a don't and this. I'll put the bets right back out there. Here's where we started. There's your cap. There's your cap. That was our starting bets. We have another $75, $95 in the rack. Okay. You could, okay, that's one win. That's $100 $100 bump towards the goal of 500. You have to do this 5 times to win $500 if that all works out. Okay. Optionally, you could go, let's give the 6, 8, and 9 an extra bump, right? Bump them up for the next time. So the next time we still have $300. It still goes, let's just say it goes to the, whatever, it goes to the 10, and you move this to the 5. It doesn't really matter where that goes. Okay. The next round of it, you set your don't, you go here, but now you have more money. Maybe even put your $10 extra on the 5, make the 5 look like 60. Who cares? Take all your money out here. Now, if you catch a 9, instead of it paying 70, you get paid your 25 here and 105 up top. Okay. And again, with the 10, you can set it for $200, right? You can place it for, let's just turn all these bets off. Place for 200. You're going to win an extra $100 either way on that bet. Okay. So you're done. Okay. You got an extra $100 here plus what you just won. Now on round 3, when the puck is on, you have an extra $260 to play with, which means if the puck goes to the 10, your 4 can be 100, your 5 can be 100, your 9 can be 100, and your 6 and 8 can each be $120. I got to trade in, there we go, 120 on them. Your field can be 50. You can even save $30 if you want to for the hard way. On hit number 3, now you're winning 140 in here. Right? You're winning 140. And in 3 moves, you're out. Right? This goes wherever this goes, right? You win your extra $100 over here. In 3 moves, you're done. You're at your $500. We can prove that out. Instead of having to win 5 times, you win 3 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. That's $600. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's your $600. Okay. That was our starting. Remember, the starting thing is 585. There's 500. There's $600 that you started with. We'll put that back in the rack. We already had $30 sitting in there. This is all going back to the bank because we colored up. Actually, there was $30 here. Sorry. There's 500, 25, 550, 555 in profit in three rolls or in 3 moves, right? So by ratcheting the levels, you can get out of here in 3 moves. $500 in profit in 3 moves versus 5 moves. If it wins $100 on average every time, you need to pull it off 5 times to win. By ratcheting the wins, you can get out of there in 3 moves. Now, the ugly part of that is if it doesn't work, you're starting at 0 again, right? You're going to have to level up and do the whole chasing loss thing. But you can get out of here a little quicker by ratcheting losses and sticking to your goal. Ratcheting wins, rather, only works if you're going to hit a goal and stop playing. Ratcheting wins forever will cost you money. But ratcheting wins in a short term, actually, I think, can get you to your goal just a little bit quicker. All right, next up is going to be, actually, I want to go here. Oh, that was the wrong thing. I got to go back a screen. We're going to go there. We're going to go here. Okay. Our ABCs section today, again, is going to be part of the same conversation. So what I want to do today is really get to here. I want to get to the ratchet. All right. So let's talk about the plug in the point, rather. Okay, plug in the point. So when you're in a situation where the don't come traveled to the 4 or 10, the 5 or the 9, the 6 or the 8, there's an optimal way to play those games, right? You can optimize the 7. You can optimize the number or play it for a tie. I want to show you some of the levels that you can do here. And again, I'm not going to advocate for one or the other. It's going to show you some of your options down here. Okay, here we go. Let's go to the table and let's take a look. Let's say your don't come goes to the 4. I'm going to put $300 on all the numbers, right? $300 goes to the 4 or the 10. It's the same thing. Okay. If your don't come is on the 4 and you want to plug this number, here are the levels that I think make the most sense. Okay. One is on the 4 or 10, it's easy, right? You put $200 out here. Now, what happens if you place it for 200 or buy it for 200? Okay. If the 7 comes, You lose 2, but you win 3. So your net profit is $100. Okay. If you catch a 4, you would lose the 300, but win 400 again. Your net profit would be a unit. Okay. But if you want, and that's optimizing for basically like the Midland section, right? But what side do you live on, right? You could, technically speaking, go to 300 on that thing, right? You can optimize the number, maybe 275, but I would say if you go to $300, and I'm just going to let this be a gun on the 4, right? Can we just gun the 4 and say, look, if this gets a 7, okay, we took our shot for nothing. Cost you $0 to take that shot. You could, though, if it win 600. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and lose 3. Net up $300. Okay, take a shot to win 300 versus 100. Matter of fact, you could take 275 on the 4 and $25 over here. I can't show it to you on screen. There it is, the hard 4. Right? Because again, if the 7 comes, you're gonna tie 275 and 25. But if the 4 comes easy, okay, you lose $25, but you're still gonna win the 3. You're up 275, right? If the 4 comes hard, you're gonna win 550 over here, and you're gonna win 375 over here, or 275 over here. That's not too bad, right? Or 175, right? 7 to 1, yeah, 175. That's not bad, right? To optimize the number versus optimizing for just let me get out of here with something. Okay. Again, I remember Ken talking about this when they were first putting the strategy out, and it works everywhere. On the 5 or the 9, $300 on the 5, and I did it during the other example, 250 on the 5 guarantees you $50, right? If the 7 comes, you lose 250, you win 300. If the 5 comes, you lose 300, but you win 350. You're guaranteeing yourself a piddly $50. Okay, versus optimizing the number and going just a full-on 300 versus 300, and this wins you 420 versus a tie. So you're going for $120 net win versus a $50 win. So by plugging the number full bore, right, fully just bang on the number, you can optimize the number. You can also elect to just go $200. Go a little bit lighter on it. You've already won some money at it. Remember, when this move happens, you've already won $70. Remember that. You've won $70 already. You're $70 to the good. You could go down here $200 to win 280. Okay? Optimize the 7 a little bit. Maybe you go one. If you want to even go 150, you could do it. But let's just say $200. 200 would win you 280 minus 3, so you'd be down $20. You're still locking in the 50 over here, right? Or optimize the 7s. When the 7 comes, you win 100 instead of winning 50. When you're doing the plug, you've got to think about what you want to maximize on. You want to maximize on the 7 here. The 7 wins an extra 100. Or do you want to maximize here where the 5 wins you an extra 100 versus locking in 50? So this playing for a tie, right? If the 7 comes, it's effectively a tie. You're giving the power to the number. If you're reducing the number size, you're giving the power to the 7. In this case here, the 7 wins you more money than that would. If you're at 250, you're playing both sides of the ball, right? And you can do that on the 4 and 10, the 5 and 9. It's very easy. The 6 and 8, you're screwed. You're going to win nothing on the 6 or 8. 6 or 8, you may as well, in my mind, always plug them for 100%. It doesn't matter. Putting up 270 to win $15 is immaterial. That's not going to, even at this level, get you nothing. Take the shot for $50, or go 270 and 30 on the hard way. Take the shot to win some money here on the 6 or 8. I would say, I think, what is it Ken call? He calls them the cheapies or whatever, right? I would probably go 270 here, 270 and 30 on the hard 6. Take my shot that way, right? We'll let the 7 be a tie, right? This is 300. Let the 7 be a tie. If we happen to catch a hard 6 as the winner, we're going to make some gravy. If we don't, we're going to win nothing. You basically tie either way. That's okay to me. The 6 or 8 are okay to really hammer it. Just think about it. right? Just think about the opportunity of placing the number for full bore and letting the number be the thing you're optimizing for, or having the 7 side be a little higher. So it's going to be a loss if you win in the front, but the 7 actually can net you extra dough versus playing kind of the middle of that thing. I think Ken and Waylon both play the middle of that a little bit. I would lean more towards this side or this side. Go heavy on the front or heavy on the back and lock in a little bit extra money when it happens. And if I have a chance to split over here, I'm probably doing that. Right? That's just a tweak opportunity. But a lot of strategies have you plug in the point. If you remember the Vitamix strategy we did a while back, where it was a continuous string of don't comes, that you'd have don't comes all the way down the line, and every one of them was plugged. We would just plug them all, right? And deciding how much to win on each one of them. There was a way to optimize that strategy. The 6 or 8 was always a full play. The 5 and 9 was always optimized a little bit heavier on the number. The 4 and 10 were always on the number because we had the hard ways to play. So consider that. Consider not just in the retirement plan, but any play that you're doing where the strategist asks you to plug the don't either from here or from here, optimize one side or the other. I would advocate not playing the middle. My personal opinion, don't play the middle. Play the number or play the 7 on that. Give one of those two a little bit more beef to it versus just playing the middle. I know the middle can guarantee it, but the aggressive side of me says when I have a shot to take a shot, and when I've already won money, I've guaranteed money by the across hit. I've guaranteed that $70. I'll take an extra little shot up here. I'm okay with a tie on these two to take an extra little shot. I'm okay with the $100 win out here, maybe a little less than that, to take that hard way shot, right? Throw it in there. And anyway, that's my thoughts on things. So there it is. Let's go to, let me go over here. Any questions around? I'm going to go through the chat here. I only saw a couple of chats pop up, so I really wasn't paying that close of attention as we went through it all. But that was a fast run. It's 8:15. I got to get to work. But let me know real quick. What did y'all think about the pacing? That was that a little bit too much? Trying to fit too much into one show there. Let's see. Parks Plumbing scare the system sellers have no remorse. There should be consequence. I'm not sure what you're talking about on that one. System sellers don't buy a system. That's my number one advice. Never buy a system from anybody. We all run these things out here. We have ideas. We try them. Ken, Waylon run them every single day. They're trying stuff out. Just trying it out, right? It's use it if you want it. Hate it if you don't like it, whatever, but that's up to you. Don't ever buy it. There's no system you can ever buy. I've got them all. I got a whole bookshelf full of crap systems up there. They're all the same. They will all get beat at some point. Everything gets beat at some point. So don't buy them. Don't buy them. Don't go to Jimmy's website and buy a system. All right. The felt will be kind of a black apron. It's military green. It's a mix of military and Eagles green. With kind of military, like our Casino Gaming Central logo, like that style of lettering. All the numbers look like they're military sort of numbers. Looks really good. It's going to be, I optimized it for, to make sure that my green chip was different color than the table. So you can see them, and that the apron, the black chips will show up on the apron better than the last table I had. So should be good for viewing. So anyway, that's it for today, guys. Hope that was a good show. Hope you liked it. I'm going to do it like that all week. Run through the different segments with, tomorrow we're going to work on the unicorn, which is skill and luck's variation from the retirement plan. We're going to do a little bit of A versus B kind of thing. So that's tomorrow. So anyway, you all have a good rest of your Monday. Love y'all. And God bless. See you tomorrow. Bye.